Hey, 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 how is everyone doing? I hope you are having an amazing day. I hope that you have had a great week. I hope you're taking some time to take some time out for yourself. But today, I just want to know, are you willing to be the GOAT for your family? This has been on my heart all week, and I didn't know how I was going to be able to, you know, do this message. But I'm just going to go from the spirit and let him move the way that he always does. But are you going to be the GOAT for your family? And I say that because I've this has been an amazing week. As I'm preparing myself mentally, I'm getting back in a mental space where I'm feeling myself again. I'm back confident of where I need to be in all areas of my life, and so I'm just excited of what's about to come. But I just had to think about some things as being business owners and going into business for yourself. It's a lot, but it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? And so, for those of you that are already established business owners, congratulations to you and your business. I hope that you flourish in your business, and I pray that you guys have an amazing 2023. I pray that as business owners, I pray that this is one of your best years yet. So again, I just have so much more respect for business owners, but I want to speak to those that are working on building a business. I want to talk to those that are in the process of creating something from scratch. I want to talk to those that have thought about creating something but haven't took the leap of faith yet to actually do it yet. I'm talking to you today, okay? So let me tell you, when it comes to figuring out what you want to leave your family, you need to put some thought to it, right? And when it came to what we want to leave for our family, it was we want to leave an impact. And not do we just want to leave memories for our daughters, but we want to leave a legacy for our daughters. So God forbid when he calls us, I know that they're going to be good. I know that they're going to have a better life because mom and dad put in the sacrifice and the long hours to build something for them so they don't have to struggle like mom and dad did as we were growing up. And so I will tell you that, it's scary to do something that you're not used to doing, right? It's scary to do something that you don't have experience in. It's scary to do something that, you've never even thought about doing. I will be the first to tell you that I didn't think about ever having a business for myself. But as I look back over my life, everything that I have done in my career, it's actually shaped me to be a business owner. The love that I have for people, the kind desire that I want to help people and I want to change the world and I want to make an impact one person at a time. Like God has molded me to be an entrepreneur, and every career that I've had it led me to this point. And so I just want to say that if you're in the process, one, of building a business, keep going. If someone did not tell you today that you deserve it, if someone did not tell you today that you're amazing, if someone didn't tell you that you're a conqueror, you're a warrior, if no one told you that you deserve to have it all, I'm telling you today that you deserve to have it all. You deserve it. And I want you to really take that in because sometimes we hear those things and we see other people, doing those affirmations, but sometimes we can't take them in ourselves. I need you to take it in today and just know that if God has called you to something, regardless of what industry that you're in, whatever you want to do, but you want to be a business owner and you want to create a business, do that wholeheartedly. But just know that you're capable of doing it. No, it's not going to be built overnight. We tell our team all the time, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, bring people with you, okay? When it comes to building a solid foundation in anything that you do, it has to be on a solid foundation. I like to use this analogy that you can't build a house on sand. Why not? Because it's going to sink. It's not going to be sturdy, but you have to build it on concrete, right? So even in your business and all areas of your life, you have to have a solid foundation. So if you're building that business, just know that you have to get in position. You have to know your business in and out. You have to have a solid foundation, but you have to get into position because as you're building those building blocks in your business, what's going to happen is that in due season, the seeds that are sowing, you will reap those. But also, you can't reap in the same season that you sow. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You cannot reap in the same season that you sow. So just know that you just got to keep putting in the work. You got to put your head down, but make sure that you're mentally strong, you're physically strong, and you're spiritually strong as well. Because on going on this business journey, it's a faith-based journey. Your skills and talents are going to take you so far, and then there's going to come a moment where you've done what you can. Now God got to handle the rest. God got to put you in position to be able to elevate, and you have to trust Him along the way, even though you can't see how far in the future that knows the plans that He had for your future. So for those that are in the process of building your business or thinking about building a business or creating a business for you and your family, pray about it first and then move accordingly. But if you decide to take that leap of faith and start that business and create that business and build that business, just know that God got you. God's not going to bring you this far to give up on you now. There's a reason why God put that in your spirit. And just know that if you don't have the people to support you, that's okay. God's going to bring you the people to support you for your business. God's going to bring the people that need to be around you. Okay? So just know that whatever you're called to do it wholeheartedly. But just know that building a business is not for the weak. And I hope I don't step on any toes, but it's not. Because what you don't realize is that as you're building a business, it's not what people see, but it's you're doing when people's not watching. It's what you're doing when, when you're not on meetings with your team. It's what you're doing when you're not meeting with the client. But how are you staying focused? How are you staying motivated? How are you staying encouraged to keep it going? How are you doing that? And as you're studying your business and you're learning the ins and outs, and as you're helping your team or your clients, as you're helping them, serve them. Don't have no motive, but serve your people. Regardless of what we do, we're in a people business and we have to serve other people. We need each other to be able to get to those next levels in our life. We need each other to be able to be whole. So I just want to encourage those today that are building a business. It may not look like what you have imagined it to be. It probably is not going as you thought it should go, but that's okay. Every day, get 1% better. And if you get 1% better each and every day, by the end of the year, you're going to be 37 times better than you were before. But it's being consistent every day. And the worst thing that can happen is that if you get worse 1% every day, then it's going to decline down to 0. So what I'm saying is that be okay with where you are. Start with where you are today. If you didn't have a good week, it's okay. You can't go back and correct yesterday. You can't predict the future, but what you can do is you can focus on today. So if you're a business owner, if you're in the process of creating that business, if you are in the planning stage, wherever you are in that business stage, know that you can do it. Know that it's not going to be easy, but know that it's going to be worth it. Know the time and energy that you're putting in and the people that is around you is going to be worth it in the end. But you can't give up because it's not following the way that you see it to fall in place. You can't give up because you've tried it for a couple months and then it's not booming the way that you want. Most businesses fail in the first 5 years. Give yourself a 5-year plan and then see where you are and then make that adjustment. But if you're just not starting your business and it's not looking the way it's looking and you're not making the money that you want to make, it's okay because most businesses fail in the first 5 years. So you're still in that phase where you need to learn your business. You need to make adjustments. But the biggest thing that I'm learning about myself is that as you're going along in this business journey is, 1, you have to serve others, but 2, you have to self-develop. If you're not willing to change, you're not going to be able to serve and be in business long term. It's not going to happen. And so I'm speaking to myself today, but I hope I'm speaking to someone today as well that, again, I have so much respect for business owners and I appreciate the mentors and coaches that I have in my life and people that is encouraging me to do better, but to also be able to pour into people. I love pouring into people. I love helping people. But I also want to tell you that being uncomfortable is not a good feeling. But I know what it feels time after time after time after time again, what it's like to be uncomfortable, because when I'm uncomfortable, there's a blessing coming behind it. When I'm uncomfortable, I know that God's taking me to a whole nother level. When you're going through trials and tribulations, know that your test is a part of your testimony. Trust the process. Enjoy the process. Get closer to God in that process. And I promise you, when you look up, the pain that you felt, you're not going to feel it. The tears that you cried, it's not going to be worth it because you fought through it. So I'm going to ask you again, are you going to be the GOAT for your family? Are you going to change and break the generational curses that has been going on in your family? We are all going to leave a legacy whether we want to or not. But you have the choice to choose what legacy that you leave. Since we're all leaving a legacy anyway, why not choose to leave a better legacy for those that's coming behind you? Why not leave your kids' a better legacy than what you have or what you had? I don't want to leave my daughters my student loan debt. Yes, I got degrees. Okay, that's great. That's not my daughter's responsibility. But what am I going to leave my daughters? I'm going to leave them a legacy. That way, they're going to have a business that they can be able to run. They're going to be able to have options that I never had growing up. They're going to be able to live a free life to do whatever they want to do. But that's because me and my husband put in the time and effort and sacrifice to do what we need to do today to better their future. Also, when it comes to building a business, what is your why? Why do you want to build a business? What motivates you to get up each and every day? If your dreams are not big enough to scare you, they're not big enough. Dream big. Don't dream small. If you can handle it and have it in your own resources, it's not big enough. But whatever your why is, I want you to keep that in the forefront, because every day I wake up, I look at my family and I go harder because of them. When I look at them and I'm telling them to not give up and keep pushing, I'm telling myself the same thing. Because what do I look like telling my daughters not to give up, but I give up on my life and my dreams and my goals and aspirations? I'm not going to be a hypocrite. So sometimes being the GOAT for your family is not easy. But I promise you it's going to be worth it. So just reevaluate where you are. Be thankful for where you are, good or bad, far or short, depending on where you are in your business. But just know it's a process. And you got to trust the process. And just know that trouble don't last always. I'm going to say this again. You cannot reap the seeds that you sow in the same season. So go be great, and go be great on purpose. But it's your time this year to be the GOAT for your family. Change the directory of your family's life and the legacies that's coming behind you. I love you. Have a great day, and I'll be back soon to see you.